Welcome to a brand new episode of Sequel Rights, the podcast where we take a look at the franchises that make you go, eggs. And we give each and every sequel a fair trial. My name is Justin Camps, and I'm here with...
Elizabeth Helly.
And...
Eggs
Hymanson is here with us. Also, Eliz, you forgot to say number one podcaster, Eliz.
Right. Number
Elizabeth.
one podcaster.
We
My
got
birthday present cup.
Yeah, we got Eliz a Yeti cup with the Sequel Rights logo and everything on it.
It's official.
Yeah,
I think it's our first merch.
Yeah,
that's right.
We bought it for ourselves.
I was saying, I was like, damn, now I want something with the logo on it. It looks so cool. Oh man, well, you know what? We are here, you guys. You know, last week we started off the journey of the Land Before Time 14 film series. But, you know, we're called Sequel Rights, okay? So the journey doesn't really begin until we get to the first sequel. And here we are tonight with Land Before Time 2, The Great Valley Adventure. Now, is it The Great Valley Adventure or is it The Great Valley Adventure? The Great Valley.
The Great Valley Adventure.
Or is it A Great Valley Adventure? I don't know.
It's the proper noun, The Great Valley.
It's
semicolon adventure.
We'll get into it.
We're going to be talking about grammar a lot tonight. I'm just letting you know in advance.
Oh, man. But before we get too far into things here, Eliz, where can people reach out to us?
Yeah, you can email us, sequelrights@gmail.com with all your Land Before Time thoughts. Or you can find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at Sequel Rights.
And please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. 5 stars goes a long way to have other people help find the podcast. I stumbled over that, but fine. And also, please give us your favorite recipe for eggs, which, if you haven't watched this movie, that makes no sense. But after you listen to this episode, it's going to make a lot of sense.
The movie is all about eggs.
Eggs.
So why don't we tune in to the trailer for The Great Egg Adventure?
Littlefoot's first adventure brought him home to the Great Valley. Now, the adventure continues as Littlefoot, Cera, Ducky, Petrie, and Spike begin the journey of a lifetime.
All right, let's go!
In the magnificent Great Valley.
Where are we? I think we're in the mysterious beyond.
There, they meet a menacing pair of egg snatchers.
Run!
The frightening Sharp Teeth.
Sharp Teeth? In the valley?
And a curious new friend.
What's a chopper? It is his name, silly.
Well, there you go. That's the entire movie. And we'll see you guys next week. All right. Just kidding.
Although that trailer is a little bit of a misnomer because it says that everybody's coming back, but really it's just Cera.
That's true. Also, it says the journey of their lifetime. Do you think, like, it wasn't the journey to the Great Valley probably the journey of a lifetime?
Probably.
I mean, we've got 12 more movies to figure that out. So
is it really a journey if you end in the same place you started? I don't know.
Well, I think that the first thing out the gate here is that last time Eliz put together a fantastic game where we were talking about how long would it take for this series to devolve into this sequel trope or this sequel trope. And, well, turns out I don't remember what my guess was, but when it turns into a musical, it is right fucking now.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah, was that on the list, Eliz?
it was on the list, but remember, I buried it in a time capsule under the La Brea tar pits, so we won't actually have the list until later. But I do know that I'm pretty sure Justin guessed like 2 because he already knew, and I think I tried to be a little bit more optimistic and put it off a bit. But we'll tally up all the scores at the end. But you know,
I also the movie also, I don't know if this is one of the questions because I can't remember a week ago. If you know, this one starts in space, which I was not expecting. I was like, was there one that says like, when are we going to go to space?
I didn't, although I really should have included it considering how much I love Jason X. I should have made that one of the questions.
Yeah. So the movie starts in space for some reason. And I guess it just, it goes to show that there's like some meteors heading towards Earth, and then it doesn't have anything to do with the rest of the movie.
Nope.
I guess I don't know if
it's
they
just
wanted
like, be careful, your life could end at any moment. But here's a nice adventure.
Yeah, doo-doo-doo-doo, here's the kids. Yeah, I didn't. The space thing was weird. I thought maybe they were trying to, kind of copy the opening of the underwater and everything, but do something different. But it was weird.
So this movie takes place. It came out in 1994, which is 6 years after the original.
Mm-hmm.
It is a direct-to-video sequel, and it is interestingly only the second direct-to-video animated sequel. The first being The Return of Jafar in 1992.
Yeah, so this
Ever?
is like.
Yeah, ever. No, I'm sorry, not 1992. Return of Jafar was 94, same year.
Oh, okay.
What about the Rescuers Down Under?
Apparently, this Wikipedia article says that had some theatrical release.
Yeah, but it says it's a direct. Yeah, it was Rescuers Down Under wasn't direct.
Oh, direct to video. Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah. What was the other movie? I can't remember now. What was the other movie where the trailer was like, in the grand tradition of The Return of Jafar? I can't remember what movie that was. Some other animated sequel, I'm sure. Something
Starship Troopers 5.
Something we watched.
Was this before or after Fievel?
I feel like it was.
Again, 5 theatrical.
Yeah, I feel like it was one of the Beethoven movies.
Oh, the
probably.
second one was theatrical? Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, I saw that in the Wikipedia and I was like, you know what? I think you're right. Like, I couldn't think of other like direct to DVD animated sequels before that. I'm like, what would it have been even?
Well, it's a weird market because animated movies are expensive.
Yeah. I was like, there's a direct to video sequel of Secret of the Nim, but I think it came out much later than the original film. But yeah. Anyways, DTV quality on this.
DTV. Also, it's a Universal movie, not 1440 yet. I do think that at this very moment, we should guess when these become 1440 movies.
I'm going to say never. I don't know. I was like, what the hell is this Universal Animation Studios logo? I've never seen this in my life. What's that plane from? Do you even know? Does anyone know?
No, my guess was like a Tex Avery thing, but I have no idea.
Stupid plane with eyes.
Right. Yeah, I don't know who that was.
Yeah, so Eliz, you've never heard of the animated airplane from Universal Studios Animation Studios logo?
I guess not. I mean, I'm sure if I looked it up, I could figure out who he is. He reminds me of, Pedro, the is it from Saludos Amigos or Three Caballeros, the plane guy?
Oh, it must be Saludos Amigos.
Yeah, Saludos Amigos. He
I don't know
flies
that one
from
much.
Chile to Argentina. Anyways, that's all. That's what I think of. But yeah, I'm sure it's something.
I was like, this ain't no Mickey Mouse, okay?
Yeah, well, I mean, we know that, as you know, if you remember way back in the history of our podcast, when I went to visit Universal Florida and went to Fievel's Playland and did a detailed Facebook Live, Universal was already, licensing the Bluth films for stuff in the parks and whatnot, and then I guess they just kind of gave it to them or sold it to them. It's interesting that this, like we said, was the first direct-to-video animated sequel because I don't know if you saw it, like the end of the credits, that the movie is dedicated to this guy Robert Blattner III.
Yeah, who's that?
He was the president of MCA Home Video, and he was killed in a like horrific plane crash, leaving the set of another direct-to-video sequel that was being filmed at like Arches National Park.
Oh God!
And him and 2 other executives died. And but I guess it must have been that this whole thing was his brainchild or something.
And they put a goofy ass cartoony plane in the start of the movie.
Oh my God, I didn't even think of that. So mortifying.
We want to honor his death by making some sort of goofy ass competent plane.
Oh my God, I didn't even think about that.
As it's playing like I don't even remember what the music was. But it
The
was
film
something
that
stupid.
he died leaving the set of was called Slaughter of the Innocents, and it starred Kevin Sorbo.
Jesus. Wait, it's a sequel?
No.
Oh, I thought you. Oh, okay. It was just,
I think it was direct to video though.
No,
It's like
it was a
crime
sequel
movie.
to Slaughter of the Deserving.
yeah. Well, who's next? The only other people we can slaughter are the innocents, I guess. So here we
This is
go.
horrible. We need to, rest in peace, Robert Blattner. We're so sorry. Okay.
Sorry. If it wasn't for you, we might not have these 14 movies. So the movie starts out pretty much like the other one, where there's like a narrator being like, and once they went to the Great Valley, and it was great, and also a valley, and they lived there. And then
okay, wait, hold on though. In this narration, he talks about the sharp teeth, right?
Yeah.
So like, what is sharp teeth the correct plural of a sharp tooth? Like the group of sharp tooths, are they sharp teeth, or
that would make sense? Or
let's not cement the racist rhetoric of these movies.
Yeah, that's true.
Fair enough. But like, I don't know. Like, I think there might be a grammatical argument for sharp tooths.
Sharp tooths.
Because the sharp teeth. Well, anyways, it's the whole thing.
No,
let's get into it.
No, because they always called him the sharp tooth because there was only one, right?
Yeah.
And then they murdered him.
They did murder him. But then if you had more than one sharp tooth,
it makes sense that it would be sharp teeth, yeah.
But is the sharp
even though one sharp tooth
referring to the teeth or to the guy his name is the sharp tooth?
I agree, sharp tooths.
No. We go with what the movie says. Even though one sharp tooth has multiple sharp teeth. You're right.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying, but I think we got to go by the movie rules.
There's also multiple types of sharp teeth. So maybe it's like a thing where two sharp tooth.
Wait, what are the multiple types of sharp teeth?
Let's get Shrunken White on the phone here. Hold on.
No, there are multiple kinds of sharp teeth. There's like the dudes that eat the eggs. There's like, we saw the other thing that tried to eat Cera in the last movie, like.
Yeah, but the guys with the eggs actually call themselves by the correct dinosaur name.
Oh God, really? I've totally missed that.
Oh, you didn't listen to the song, apparently.
I don't know the answer to this grammatical question. I just wanted to put it out there because I feel like there's ambiguity.
Yeah, I mean, we do need to talk about the vocabulary of these dinosaurs here because I feel like we should be taking a list. I feel like we should start a list maybe with this movie and the last one of all the things that dinosaurs have, all the names that dinosaurs have for like real life things.
Right.
Like the sinking sands and the smoky or the cloudy mountain or whatever they call it. Or the mysterious beyond.
You fucking idiots! It's quicksand.
Yeah.
It's a goddamn volcano.
Look out
for
the
bright circle or something.
Yeah, the bright circle. Watch out for the flowing
referring
red.
to the Tom Hanks movie, The Circle.
Oh. We should start speaking only in their terms, like how the cast members at Galaxy's Edge have to be like, go use the refresher port or whatever, like when they're talking about the bathroom.
How many? That'll be 25 credits.
Yeah, that's what we should
use
do.
Your
but
payment
with
shit.
Time language.
Yes, we should.
Welcome to our talkie listener, everybody. Hope you download us
by episode 14. I'm going to speak only in Ducky language with no contractions.
So as Tyler mentioned earlier, much to our dismay, I think. I mean, I don't know what you guys thought, but much to my dismay, almost immediately we learned that this is a musical.
Right. To my dismay, the world crumbled beneath me and I fell into a bottomless pit in the first minute of this movie.
What I thought was hilarious and I was hoping would continue throughout the movie is like the first song is all of the characters singing, but they're not like actually singing it animated. They're not like animated singing the song. So it's just them running around. So my initial thought was like, oh man, I wonder, it would be so crazy if like they made this opening like the original film where it was more of like a sweet nature documentary and you're seeing the kids having fun while the narrator talks a bit. And then some studio execs saw this and be like, no, kids are going to think this is boring as fuck. Let's add a song in here. And like, we don't have to change any of the animation. Let's just put a song over it. That's what it felt like. But later in the film there are like fully animated musical numbers.
No, I thought that too about this first song. I was like, this was put in later.
Yeah, I mean it still might have been, but
I have bad news for you, friends. I don't know if you read the Wikipedia for this movie.
I mean, yeah, go ahead.
This was the film that introduced the musical format to the series, and every subsequent film has followed this style.
Spoilers, cover your eye. No,
well,
I did know that.
Yeah.
I saw that in the IMDb. But you know what? I love musicals. I don't have a problem with them being musicals, but it's just kind of like, these songs. I mean,
well, I hope that we get to the weirdness of Brave Little Toaster singing about the internet, or like there's going to be some weird ass songs. So I'm excited about that.
We'll talk about it in a little bit, but we got weird pretty quick, I think.
It is pretty weird.
We got insane songs in this movie.
And
3 songs.
Yeah, only 3 songs. And I too was spoiled on the there's going to be songs everywhere after this, because I went to go look and see if these songs were like on Spotify or something, and there's hilariously 2 soundtrack releases for the Land Before Time series, and one of them is called The Songs from the Land Before Time, and then the other one is called The Best Songs from the Land Before Time. And there's like some,
what got cut?
I was gonna say there's some crossover, but not all of them. So you got to be feeling pretty shitty if your song didn't show up on the best songs. And it's really funny because it literally has the same exact artwork, but the word "best" is added in the like the songs from section.
Sick burn person to put together that first soundtrack.
So
this is a good time to mention that I actually have been compiling every song from every single Ritz movie in a playlist on Spotify this entire time.
Nice.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
What's
for
it,
no one's benefit but my own.
I mean, what's it called? What's it called? If people
it's called
want to
"It's
look
a
it
Good
up?
Day to Die." The sequel rights mod.
I'm pretty sure it's called sequel soundtrack rights.
Actually, maybe we should link it. I think if it's collaborative, it's probably private.
Sure.
So it looks like it's probably a private one.
Really?
No, the reasons
I think if you make a collaborative playlist, it turns private immediately. But yeah, we'll link it in the show notes. The sequel rights soundtrack. Actually, it's called sequel soundtrack rights. You're right.
Yeah.
That is great. We haven't had like major movie songs for a while.
I put the scores in there too.
Oh, okay. There you go. Good. I was like, yeah, we had pretty huge Mortal Kombat songs, but not like this. They're not in Mortal Kombat going, "It's time for Mortal Kombat."
It depends if you listen to the Ben Wellfish like needle drop for the credits, because they do say Mortal Kombat in it quite literally.
Yeah. That sounds great to me, Justin. Like, shut up and take my money. I'll watch Mortal Kombat musical.
Mortal Kombat parody musical. Off.
Oh my God,
Broadway.
let's write it.
Starring Christopher Lambert.
With like a really sad like internal song by Reptile of how nobody really sees him.
Yes. Oh my God. People came here for like Dino talk, and now we're talking about
Forget you, Mortal Kombat.
I'm just kidding. But yeah, back
to the dinos.
This first song, I don't even remember what it's called, but it's terrible. It's like I feel bad. The songs were all written by this band called the Roaches, which I believe are an Irish American sisters from New Jersey.
They really fancy themselves like the Stephen Sondheims of the direct-to-video market, because they're like, let's cram as many words as we can into one measure.
When you say that, it sounds like a good thing.
I don't like this.
I said they fancy themselves. I didn't say I fancy them as.
I see.
Yeah. It was funny. I had like never heard of them, and then I looked, and like one of the three, they're 3 sisters, and one of them did some work on this Yesair album I really like. So I was like, oh dang, okay, sweet. But yeah, this song is not good. Like the main chorus is like, it's too wordy. Like you're right. Where they're going like run around. I'm like, that's not a good lyric. I'm sorry. It sounds weird.
Although I gotta say, I thought that I had never seen this movie, and as soon as I heard those songs, I was like, I've seen this movie.
Yeah, me too. We're talking about Peaceful Valley. Yes.
Yeah. A peaceful valley. And I was like, fuck, it's called Great Valley, okay? Come on. You're not going to put Great Valley in
but
the
I
lyrics?
didn't like the run around line. It's too much.
Run around. This peaceful valley. No, so now I got stuck in my head. Yeah, I was kind of like, oh no, with the music right away.
No, this was horrible.
And I'm not surprised that you guys have seen this because, like I said, we at home have this one and the next one growing up as kids on VHS, and it makes sense that it's only the second DTV thing because it was probably right at this time where Return of the Jafar I think was like a huge thing, and
Return of the Jafar.
I
understand that was just a slip of the tongue.
Return of
Star Wars to Jedi.
The Return of the
Jafar.
The Return of the Jafar. Have you guys heard that
my
the Jafar is back? But I remember as a kid, I mean, we haven't talked about those sequels yet, but I remember as a kid being like, oh shit, they made a sequel to Aladdin? What the fuck? That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a big deal.
And so I think it was the same with this, where it was like, oh man, a sequel? I love that movie. I don't know anything about sequels. I'm a kid. So like, it's probably going to be great.
I feel like I probably watched it with like younger kids or something that I was like babysitting or hanging out with.
You know what we need to pour this one out for is for babysitters at the time that had to watch these movies that were clearly intended for younger children, but then were then rented. Because I think this is the situation that I saw this, that my parents were doing something. There was a babysitter that they hired, and we rented a Land Before Time sequel, and this movie was clearly for children that were 4.
Or younger, probably.
Yeah. And it was just like, oh, what the fuck? Like,
and it probably did not do its intended job of giving the babysitter rest from having to deal with
that's what I mean. It was just like, let's give props to the babysitters of 1994.
Right. Babysitters Club.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I remembered Chomper. I knew that they eventually got a Chomper, but I thought I had just picked that up in like
they eventually got
pop
a Chomper.
Culture. I didn't realize I had actually seen the movie, and then when I heard the run around, I was like, oh my god, I've seen this movie. And then when I heard the third song, the later song about family, I was like, oh, I really have seen this movie for sure.
You're gonna be you're gonna be like an older lady starting to like lose things, and your grandchildren are gonna be like,
yes,
sing grandma the song that she loves and she remembers her history, and the kids are gonna be like, it's such a peaceful valley, we run around, and you're gonna be like,
I mean, we already knew that was gonna be how my brain worked in the future,
and you're just gonna start reaching for the ammunition in a gun. They're like, no, grandma.
Right. No, I hope that when I'm a senior citizen, somebody sings "A Good Day to Die" and I will come back.
Sure, grandma, you did a podcast. Sure, you did. Sure.
Yeah, I know, right? God.
Wow, 200 episodes, I bet. Yeah. Sure you did, grandma. Yeah, so we're talking about Chomper, this movie. The franchise is immediately so bored with the original characters of the film that they need to add in a new baby.
A movie is always better when they add a child of a character that they murdered in the previous film.
I know. I thought that was kind of messed up. At the time, I probably was like, "Oh, it's a cute baby." When I watched it as a kid.
Before they even introduced Chomper, they show that the kids role play and relish the time that they murdered another dinosaur.
Yeah, that's
they're
true.
Like, let's pretend like when we killed this sharp tooth, and they're like, ha 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 ha. Yeah, we killed that fucker.
Let's throw rocks in reckless disregard to other nests with eggs in it. Pretty funny. And we learn immediately that they haven't learned any lessons from the last film, as they find themselves in dire straits, getting drowned the same way they did in the first movie.
Yep.
The sinking sand. However, I do gotta say, for this movie, like, as annoying as it is as adults to see them being so stupid, like, I think I remember having these moments as a kid being like, I'm never going to, if I ever have a kid, I'm never going to tell them no. Or like, I could be a parent. I should just take care of this other kid or this animal, like I know what I'm doing better than my parents, like I definitely was like, I remember being in that mindset and being as snooty as these kids are in the movie. And it's for kids, so even though it's kind of annoying how dumb they are, I was like, No, I definitely recognize some of those
absolutely
moments.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
And I do think that this movie, for everything that we're about to say about it, and we will get to the ending, Littlefoot's explanation to his grandparents at the end is really nice, and I think is a good ending point for this movie, where he basically says, look, like, I don't think I'm ready to be an adult, but I'm looking forward to it. Which is what all parents want to hear.
Yeah. Even though just moments ago I was ready to be a mom. To a sharp tooth. Yeah, I like that. I guess, everyone or a lot of kids growing up probably had the friend who's like Cera in this movie, who is just like the bad idea generator. She continues to apparently not have learned anything from the last film as well, and is just like throughout the entire movie being like, let's do this awful thing. Let's do this dumb idea.
It's not even just that it's a bad idea generator. It's just contrarian, because even when she has, even when they have a bad idea, like let's raise Chomper, on our own, she is like, no, let's not do that, which is a good idea, but she just has to be doing something different than what everybody else is doing
every time. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know Tyler mentioned it super quickly at the beginning, but she is Candace Houston or Hudson is the only returning voice actor doing Sarah's voice. It's hard to replace that scream that Cera does,
That's true.
There's also a super awkward moment with Cera and the other Dino kids, where we learn that after everything that happened in the last movie, her parents are still horrible racists.
Right. All the other kids were like, yeah, they told me to be safe. And she's like, and my parents are still racist.
They're like, don't pal around with.
She realizes that she shouldn't have said that, which I think a lot of kids wouldn't even.
Yeah. I was like, whoa, I was not expecting that moment in this movie. That was kind of awkward. And I mean, I feel like that kind of thing would, maybe fly over kids' heads, but
right.
I thought that was kind of interesting that they even included that.
There's always somebody in the neighborhood who's still a racist.
Yeah.
Even though you've been friends with their kids for however long, they still look at you sideways. Wait, actually, maybe that's just me. You guys are white.
That's what the movie Gran Torino is about, right?
Oh boy.
Sorry.
Well, we talk we talk about this sequence where they Cera has the idea to go to I can't remember the name of it. It was like the hiding grass or the sneaking grass, or what was it called? The
something
it was some
grass.
point on Splash Mountain.
It was like the sneaking
It's on the
grass.
other side of the sinking sands, but not as far as the mysterious beyond.
Yeah. And it literally looked like
the elephant graveyard.
Yeah. It literally looked like it was like a pond of quicksand, I guess, and that they could have probably walked around, but she goes through and they immediately start to sink, and everyone gets trapped, of course. And it leads to, I think, one of my favorite cuts in the entire movie. There's this moment. I'm going to play it because I have it here. I don't know if it'll work as well over audio, but it makes me laugh every time. Here we go.
Cera?
There's like this crazy scream from Cera, and like as it's like fully voiced, it cuts to like Sarah's dad just like fucking around eating grass. But the scream continues, but now it is immediately like in a split second farther away. And I feel like it takes him a little bit too long to be like, huh? Something's happening.
You're telling me that's not from one of the Chucky movies?
No, yeah.
Okay.
The sound of some brutal murdering happening.
That sounded like the trash compactor, and I was like, felt like C-3PO. Oh God, they're dying.
Yeah.
We were too slow.
We couldn't save them.
And it's funny too, because it's another kid mindset thing where Littlefoot is just like, I'm mad. My grandparents won't let me do what I want. They're saying no to me, blah, blah, blah. And as a kid, you never think to yourself, wow, maybe they're being overprotective because my mom, their daughter, just died like a month ago, if at all. And they are mourning her and thus are going to be worried about their only grandchild that will ever have because their daughter is now dead.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a weird, there's absolutely no mention of the mom in this movie, which, the grandparents dance around it where like they say, you're the only one we have left. But I thought for sure there would be some sort of like emotional moment where he remembers her or where
he looks into the water and then she appears in the clouds.
Exactly. You'd think you'd
remember you are Littlefoot.
You'd think they'd bring that back for a cheap like tug at the heartstrings thing.
Not even cheap. Like I really wish that they did, but it just shows how quickly that they are abandoning all the emotion from the first movie to make a children's franchise, and I am horrified that did not happen at all in this movie, and this is movie 2 of fucking 14.
Yeah, it's very strange. It's very manufactured, and it's one of those films that's I think you're right. We talked about how the other movies are probably longer. I'm pretty sure this one's longer than the original film, and it has those lovely fade to blacks for commercial breaks, just like we love in some of the later movies.
They're not addressing at all the fact that, like, yes, Littlefoot is the leader of the group, but like he led them there, and yet is the only one who actually lost his parent. You know, I mean, Spike never really had any parents to begin with, and it seems like Ducky's mom has full on. I did like that continuity where Ducky was or the mom was like, "Oh no, Ducky and Spike," like not without that pause, like she wasn't, like Spike's her son now. But yeah, Littlefoot's the only one that actually, lost the most important person to him or anyone really, and the rest of them when they got to the Great Valley were reunited and everything was fine.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a weird proxy, and I'm going to get into like some weird like 90s movie bullshit here. But like that was like the comfortable shorthand of like grandparents raising a kid, of like it checked a marketing box of just like unconventional family. Where it was a super safe route to go while addressing that like the nuclear family was completely ruptured in America. So like, it was just a really like same thing that happened like Free Willy or other things that we've seen where it's just like, it's just not the typical family unit. And that's all we need to say. We're playing lip service to that. And in retrospect, in this movie, it feels incredibly shallow, especially because of how moving and how much we were brought to tears about the, parental relationship in the last movie. This is just the shorthand of just like, this is for all the kids who don't have, normal families, which is most kids.
Yeah.
Right. And I think a super, super generous reading could say like, the fact that Littlefoot is the one that's kind of leading the thing. Oh, we're going to adopt Chomper and we're going to raise him, like that could be kind of like compensating for the fact that his mom is dead. But I don't think so. I think it's just because he's the leader and he's the protagonist. I don't think it really is examining the fact that he lost his mom at all.
No. Yeah. It's very strange. It's like they wanted to make it like a standalone movie that doesn't rely too heavily on the original, but also like the whole fact that they're in the Great Valley is because of the original. But yeah, I don't know. It's weird. They also just didn't because there's not any like emotional moments that replace that potential moment in this movie as well. There's never.
Is this the point where we start talking about the antagonists of this movie?
Oh yeah,
sure.
We got to get into those villains.
Pinky and the Brain.
And by that we just mean Pinky and another guy.
Yeah, I was like Pinky literally.
Pinky and not Orson Welles.
Well, because the one voice actor actually did the voice of Pinky, right?
Yes.
Okay, I was like, that's why you're saying that, right? Yeah.
No, yeah, I really am.
It's Jeff Bennett and Rob Paulson, I believe.
Rob Paulson is Pinky and also Wacko and all sorts of things.
Playing the characters of Ozzy and Strut, who are for some reason like British villains.
Brits love eggs.
And it's funny, the Wikipedia has like has all these, how sometimes in Wikipedia articles they'll link to other Wikipedia things, and one of the things it says before they leave they notice 2 egg stealers, and there's a hyperlink on egg stealers that takes you to the actual dinosaur, the Struthiomimus, which I think is really weird. Like, why would? But then if you if you go on the Struthiomimus Wikipedia and search like the word egg, nothing comes up. It's not like they were known to be eggs. That they ate eggs. Yeah, they were known to be egg stealers, or they ate eggs all the time. It's like nothing on there that says
I guess that's where the strut name comes from, though.
Yeah, that's true. And yeah, he does say Struthiomimus in the song that he has. Ozzy has.
I've always heard oviraptor. Is that not a term?
Oviraptor? I don't know.
Oviraptor.
Oh, oviraptor, like egg. Yeah.
Like an egg-eating raptor?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Huh. But maybe not for this exact dinosaur. I don't know. But yeah, it's weird. They kind of reminded me, and with the song and everything, it weirdly reminded me of like Jim Dale from Pete's Dragon or something.
Yeah, or the two guys from Prince of Egypt, or your classic two dudes.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, they're a little bit more on equal footing. A lot of times it's a head guy and like a even lesser sidekick, but these guys are like a little bit more equal, but still it's the same.
The one guy just wants to eat whatever he can find, like grass, trees, leaves, whatever, and the other guy is just obsessed with eggs.
It's pretty anti-vegetarian, I will say. It's kind of just like, you fucking dirt eater, you're pathetic.
Yeah, you got to be eating eggs at least thrice a day. Is what they say in this.
And I think it's like fairly, like around the time where like Lisa was trying to become a vegetarian on The Simpsons, and like things are happening. Like this is a fairly, I will say that it wouldn't surprise me if there was some conservative nonsense that brought up this song at some point.
But they're the bad guys still.
Yeah.
They are, but yes, we're living in a time devoid of context. So.
I gotta say that this song is kind of insane and really funny. And, I think, unfortunately, I think you guys just gotta hear it. You just gotta hear not the entire thing, but I'm going to
play the entire thing.
I mean, I could
stick in my head the way the other two do.
I know. No, it's just really funny. The song choice is strange, and then like the delivery is hilarious. Well, I gotta play for the listeners. I'm assuming that some of the people didn't watch the movie, so this is it. It comes from the Songs of the Land Before Time soundtrack.
Not the best of? No,
not the best of, unfortunately. It's not one of the best songs, but we're going to play a clip, and it includes this hilarious, like, children's album intro that not even you guys have heard. So, here we go.
The most famous sharp tooth was the Tyrannosaurus Rex. T-Rex was so big, a person would only come up to his knees. They ate other dinosaurs, like we eat hamburgers. Some dinosaurs only ate plants, just like some people only eat vegetables. Some dinosaurs ate both. And some just love to eat eggs.
When I wake up, first thing I do, eggs, is to look around for something to chew. Exactly. Feeding myself is very, very tricky because, you see, I'm ridiculously picky. Eggs.
You guys, this dinosaur right here is horny for eggs. Listen to this.
Then a pile of eggs. You've got to smell them, feel them, crack them open.
And later in the song, he goes, ecstasy.
God.
The song was so funny because it felt like he was just saying random things like, I brushed my teeth, then I put on my shoes, eggs.
It felt like an Eric Andre skit.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. This is a crazy-ass song, and we should end the episode to make everybody listen to it, because you don't need to watch this movie, but you have to hear this song.
You don't want to end with the we're a family and
yeah, I was going to say, now we got to include...
only so that you can sing the egg song to your significant other so that they make you an omelet.
I think I already played the best parts.
I mean, and that so intro ridiculous. Is insane. I'm pretty sure that whatever kids recorded that intro also recorded the intro to the Mission Tortilla Factory from Disney's California Adventure.
Hey, it's Colin Mockery.
Yeah,
I like
that's the sourdough bread bakery. Tyler.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I I like
Anyway.
that kid that's like, some of them ate dinosaurs like we eat hamburgers.
Right, I'm telling you, same kid from DCA.
Hamburgers.
Oh my god.
So funny. You've got to squeeze them, cheese them. Yeah, I don't know.
So yeah, really the only reason we have these egg antagonists is so that the eggs can be switched. Because they steal an egg from Ducky's family, and then without any of our heroes knowing, that egg just rolls back into the nest casually, and they think it's dead. And then they pick up another egg that is actually not Ducky's, and they take care of it, and it turns out to be Chopper. But they're like, I know how we'll take this egg back to the valley. We're gonna make a carrying nest and carry it. The carrying nest is literally 2 sticks that they're using like chopsticks
Yeah.
to try and hold this huge egg. And like it's like worse than like your 8th grade science class where you had to make a basket for an egg.
The egg drop.
Yeah, out of straws and Scotch tape, and then drop it from the first floor or whatever.
Hang on. We're gonna take a brief aside where we each describe our designs for our egg drop.
I don't remember. I blocked it out.
I don't know.
Mine was in a
parachute?
strawberry container. I cut up a bunch of straws to be props on the outside, and then I wrapped it in gauze, and it
You can't use a strawberry container. No, you're only supposed to be able to use straws and tape.
I had a different science teacher than you, so
Yeah, they were like, just use whatever. God.
I just love that this whole sequence like immediately made me go like, oh yeah, none of them really have hands, do they? Because like,
oh my god, this song, the Raptors' arms, the scale of them. We talked about how good the Irish animation team did designing these characters and how much humanity they were able to get from them in the first movie.
Do not insult the Korean animation community right now.
I'm not going to. I'm not going to insult the Korean animation. I think that they were given a script about a song that required gestures that was impossible. It is not their fault. They were just animating to the script. The Raptors' arms are freakishly noodleishly large. Like they're super long, and they change length constantly.
Yeah, and sometimes Ozzy uses it to slap his brother in the face for eating vegetables. I just thought it was really funny because I was like, oh yeah, like Petrie kind of has hands and sometimes will like stand in like human things or like cross his arms like, I'm not doing that, or that's dumb, or like use his like kind of claw wings to like as arms or whatever. But yeah, the other ones, I didn't think like, why make this entire sequence where they have to figure out a way to carry it back?
Oh my god,
Why
I don't
just
know.
Roll it. Oh my god. Or
it looks
make a
really
better
dumb.
basket. That basket was horrible.
It looks like, how are they even carrying? That makes no sense. It's gonna fall and break
They
immediately.
should put it behind Sarah's whatever you call it.
Yeah.
Not hair, but like her head thing.
They could have figured
Eliz,
it out.
I just want to submit my support for your new political campaign. Make a better basket.
Right.
For city council. Yes.
It's just ridiculous. These freaking 5-year-olds.
We're tired of our dinosaur babies being idiots, okay?
Right.
It's time for them to grow up. When's the puberty movie coming? That's what we need.
Littlefoot has a little weird half mustache.
Oh God. That's not part of it when it does come around.
Oh
It's
God.
absolutely part of it.
It's not. That's never happening. Never. I think I said never.
So yes, I have my. I had to complain about the flimsy carrying nest. It was just like not the right word to describe it. If he had said like we need to like use, I don't know. It just the word nest was so wrong for what they built.
Can we make the most fragile hammock?
Yeah.
Yeah, you thought like, it would like maybe they like sew a bunch of tree stars together and put it into something. Yeah, that makes more sense than 2 sticks.
Or a lot of sticks even.
carrying
Like
thing.
Ducky and Petrie like still live near a nest always, and they know what it looks like, and this is not that.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, Chomper comes out, and they're all scared of him.
Yeah, I guess this whole trip with the the chasing the egg stealers, apparently they went into the mysterious beyond, which didn't really seem all that exciting. That's
It was
basically
the elephant graveyard, but no.
what you were talking about. Yeah, so Chomper comes out. And, I don't know, Littlefoot immediately is like, oh, he must think that I'm his mother. So that's what I'm going to be.
Right. I mean, a part of it makes sense. Like, they did not see, I mean, this is how they got Spike, right? And never had any consequences. Nobody ever came looking for baby Spike. So I guess it might make sense that they might think, okay, well, this is our friend now. We're just going to take him in. But I have to give the movie and the writing credit for the fact that Chomper is not able to adjust to eating plants or whatever, like I thought that they would just be like, we're going to feed him plants and then he'll be fine and he'll grow up not knowing that he eats meat, but that is not the case. He starts biting them without meaning to, and he cannot eat plants.
Which is an insane cognitive dissonance because it appears that the raptors do have a choice. There's an entire song about how one of them just let me eat plants, and one of them's just like, you're too proud. So, yes, I would love to agree with that if the movie did not offer the exact counter argument as well.
Well, it's hilarious because the Common Sense Media article for this says that one of the main themes of the film is the importance of allowing wild animals to follow their biological imperatives.
I guess.
What?
Because you've got to stop all those kids that are out there trying to make dinosaurs eat, vegetables.
Oh my God. That was written by a pastor trying to justify the affair he just had.
It's just sorry, honey, it's a biological imperative. I don't know what else to say.
It's a biological imperative.
God.
Sorry.
That's so messed up. Oh, boy.
All right, so everybody runs away, including Littlefoot. Littlefoot comes back and decides this is now my project. And then he gets everybody else back eventually. And then they all sing the big number of this movie.
It's called We're Family Now, I believe. Right?
And we're all going to have eggs.
No, it's called You Are One of Us. It's called You Are One of Us Now is the actual name.
One of us. One of us. But yeah, it's so many syllables. They're like, like...
It's also,
but I'm not getting married today. But then they're also like, we're a family and you're one of us now. Like.
Oh yeah, it's like as soon as you said, it's like you're a family and you're one of us now.
Yeah, that's too many syllables for those amount of notes.
It's also hilarious.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say I think each song in this was also designed for like at least half of, or if not more, of the singers not being able to actually sing, and so their verses are like. You were a dinosaur, a really scary dinosaur.
He starts
now
off by
you're
rapping.
Yeah.
It's like the Rock's parts in Moana.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Yeah. It's like all these talk singing verses and stuff. Even in the Eggs one, the brother has like these talky verses and I just thought that was really funny that it's like, okay, this is clearly designed for voice actors who can't sing, or they didn't want to get actual singers.
Like, we're a family, you're one of us. It should be like, we're a family and you're one of us now. That would sound like a normal song instead of like, we're a family and you're one of us now. Crazy.
I know. It is kind of insane. Just too many words. Family and you're one of us now. You're a family and you're one of us now.
They have the demented quality of like an animatronic band at like a family entertainment center.
Yeah,
like it's like a robotic Chuck E. Cheese would be.
And it's been going so long that the robots can only open its mouth 3 times for saying that whole thing. You're a family and what of us now.
Yeah. Well, and it's not even just that line. Like the rest of the chorus is like, we look like you and we think you like us too, and we're a family. It's not even like it doesn't get any like slower or more.
There's a turn page on the sheet music, and there's a little bit of cocaine on the music stand, and it says, okay, we're going to this song, you turn, you do a bump, and then now we're singing family and one of us now.
Family and one of us now.
So they sing this huge song, everyone's so happy. They literally say, we are a family and you are one of us now. And immediately after the song, Sarah's like, nah, we gotta get rid of this guy.
Yeah.
Don't you remember my parents were still racist?
And even
participated in the song and then immediately flipped.
Yeah, and even the nice Ducky, even the lovely nice Ducky is like, you're right. Yep, she is different. You're right.
Yeah, I do feel bad that I voted for her
different.
for Congress.
You should never vote for Ducky. I'm sorry.
It's rough. But yeah, I mean, then, I don't even remember how this all...
There's lots of
egg guys come after them again.
There's lots of crazy stuff. Like eventually we see
the Eggman comes, yes.
The sharp teeth parents
Toofs
appear out of nowhere, like rah rah. Where is our daughter? Even though apparently the sharp teeth can't talk, they don't speak English like everyone else.
But they can sing Poker Face, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's unclear if there are different languages or if some are unable to talk or if some just choose not to talk.
But are you saying that there's different languages between vegetarians and meat eaters only? Because everyone else speaks the same
There
language.
might be, but the egg dudes, they can speak to the egg guys.
That's true, yeah, so it makes no sense.
But Spike doesn't talk, but we don't know if he just isn't ready to talk. Or if he maybe can't understand it. We have no idea.
Spike will
They just don't want to humanize the scary sharp teeth.
Yeah.
Actual voice.
I love how their eyes were still like blood red, even though their child looked nothing like them and had a completely different color scheme.
Yeah. I did think it was funny to watch it and be like, they're just looking for their kid the whole time, and everyone else is like, holy shit.
I can't believe no one said that the whole time, including Littlefoot. He was never like, oh, they're looking for this kid. It did not occur to him until the battle was like completely over.
There's even like a really hilarious fight sequence with the grandpa versus the sharp tooth that like, I don't remember how it resolves, but the sharp tooth just leaves all of a sudden, and the grandpa's just like, okay, what was that about? I guess I won.
Yeah, they're just like, and stay out. Like their parents are like, yeah.
I guess I won. Like, yeah, I don't know. Bye. Yeah. But, the whole thing is that, during this whole mysterious beyond thing, they made some avalanche that created a hole in the wall of the Great Valley, and so the sharp teeth were able to get in.
But they wouldn't have even come probably if Chomper hadn't been taken.
That's right. I mean,
which is, the fallacy of the wall.
Yeah. That's what they get. That's what the sharp teeth get for leaving their egg in a random bone skeleton out in the middle of the mysterious beyond. Yeah.
Sure.
But yeah, there's that whole sequence where they're like, "Oh shit, Chomper's up on the exploding mountain" or whatever. And it looks really funny because they show Chomper is like the smallest thing you've ever seen, right? But when they're like, "Oh shit, he's up on the mountain," he looks like the scale of him.
Scale goes out the
scale
window.
of him up on the mountain, like he looks so big compared to like I was like, is that a really small mountain or what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, they have the same understanding of scale in this movie as Toby Hooper did in Cats.
Like, yeah. Like our baby dinos would not be able to see that little baby Chomper up on
you
that.
You meant to say Tom Hooper.
I really did, but it's funnier that I said Toby.
Okay,
Toby Hooper.
Yeah. Call back to our Poltergeist. Yes, please go listen to those episodes. It's all merchandise.
He would never. Oh God, yeah. I thought that shot was really funny. I was like, "What the fuck? Why is he so big?"
Sorry, I'm still thinking about Toby Hooper's cats. It would be brilliant.
I want it so bad.
Yeah, too bad he's passed away, unfortunately.
Bring him back as a cat.
Oh God,
no.
James Corden can voice.
Oh God. Oh God. God no.
Sorry.
God no.
Well, this movie has brought us to a dark place, and I fear for our future.
I do fear, but at the same time, it could come up, because this is like the first time out kind of sequel, and this thing is going to go on for so long that at some point someone might come in and be like, I'm going to make it a thing, and really. Who knows? We'll see.
So I have a confession. As I was researching this movie, I found out that the New York Post did a ranking of the 13 movies that had come out at the time. So I'm no longer going to do research in this way, but I can tell you that I know how the New York Post rated this movie in the 13 that existed at the time that they posted this article.
Uh-oh.
Well,
I want to share it with you because it gives me some hope for our futures.
Okay.
What is it?
It rated it number 5.
Well, does it really give us some hope? That means that like most of them are below that.
Yeah, but Justin, I kind of assumed that this would be the second best. I thought it would be a full descent into madness.
Yeah, but
I would be Sam Neill and have Cthulhu glyphs on my face.
I did see that. I did see that other list that was like Total Film ranked this movie as 7th among the 50 worst kids movies of all time.
Yes.
What?
Which is a weird list to be doing.
I mean, it's better than it's better than like Beethoven 3 and 4 and
yes.
what other kids movies that we watch.
Yeah, I mean, this movie sucks, but it's like totally harmless and like not
right.
Not actively bad.
Other than a little casual racism on the part of Cera's father, it's yet to become abhorrent.
Well, they also killed the Sharptooth's family and then tried to be like, no, you're fine. We're friends now.
Did they kill? I thought they all went away together.
No, in the last movie.
Oh, well, we don't even know really that they were related, Tyler. Not all sharp teeth are related.
You're right. Yes, by me trying to be woke, I show how insensitive I am to the sharp teeth narrative.
I want to read before we get to our ratings here. I want to read some hilarious tidbits from the Common Sense Media.
Oh, please
website.
Do. Favorite.
First, there's some hilarious moments in the descriptions of the film here. Here's they have this sentence in couple sentences in what's the story, it says. And it says they defend the egg from goofy predators, but when it hatches, they discover that the dinosaur is a sharp tooth. In spite of this, Littlefoot and his friends bond with the baby dinosaur, even as it becomes obvious that this baby is beginning to follow its biological imperative and attempt to kill and eat meat. I feel like that's a weird way to describe it.
Yeah.
Also,
again, another dude justifying his affair.
Yeah. In the section labeled "Is it any good?", which is kind of like, I guess, the Common Sense Media people's review of the film, it says, "For some parents, the screaming of the dinosaur children might induce headaches."
Yikes.
It says, besides this, the only real serious flaw in the movie is the sense that the child actors voicing the dinosaurs were given a little too much leeway to the point where many of them sound rather annoying instead of cute or childlike.
They're all adult voice actors.
No. 3 of them are still kids.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait, do you have some child star check-ins?
I don't right now.
Record scratch.
We do not need to talk about any of these people at the moment.
Okay, great.
Candace Hudson is still a child, and Scott McAfee and Heather Hogan are also children at this time. The rest are, yes, adults.
And there's only sadly one parent review of the film, and it gave it 2 stars. Scarier than posting described, it says. It says the overall storyline of this movie is fine and appropriate for children. However, I disagree with the description of the movie. Based on the vague description of minimal violence or scary scenes and no language I let my preschooler watch, it was a bit intense with a constant sense of threat and danger by other dinosaurs. Further, the quote-unquote scary dinosaurs were a bit aggressive, e.g. hanging other dinosaurs over a cliff, name-calling, threatening behaviors. Overall, I just wish the description was more accurate. Would recommend watching first and making your own decision.
Did they even watch the first one? The first one is literally a terrifying horror show compared to this.
Yeah, nobody dies in this.
Although the first one does not have like political murders where like we're gonna take you off to the tallest wall and throw you over the side.
Yeah,
sure. I guess it was all biological imperative.
There is also that 3-minute scene of the kids screaming in the tar or whatever.
Yeah.
Why do I feel like biological imperative is going to be our planned obsolescence of this series?
It is our biological imperative to watch sequels forever. We must do it.
Must watch sequels.
Oh, God. Well, I mean, yeah, so the movie pretty much wraps up and they're just like, yay, everything's happy again. Woo.
Yeah, Chomper goes back to the, what do they call it? Mysterious Beyond with his parents, and Littlefoot says a tearful goodbye, and they say, well, maybe we'll meet again. I think they're going to meet again.
It was really funny to see the sharp teeth be like, rah, 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 and then as soon as like Chomper shows up, they're like, happy sharp teeth.
Were they like basically like, yeah, like you're real nice, but you still can't live here. Sorry, bye.
Yeah, get out. We literally closed the door on you on your way out.
Yeah, our gated community is rather exclusive.
No sharp teeth allowed. What were we gonna say, Eliz?
I wonder if Chomper will ever start talking now.
Well, I was gonna say with the Spike, he came real close. He came right to the edge of talking in this movie, because he kind of like went yeah, a couple times, like early in the movie, and I was like,
please remind me at some point. I need to cut Bruce Willis, look who's talking lines over Spike. Because that's the crossover our listeners.
Yeah. I think it would work really well, actually.
Yeah, I think it really would.
In an audio media.
Yeah. All right, this is the part where
for
Spike
the
talks.
YouTube.
Okay, for the YouTube.
Tyler, you got a rating system?
Oh boy. Well, I mean, how could it be anything other than eggs?
Yeah.
How many eggs would you give The Land Before Time, The Great Valley Adventure?
Then a pile of eggs.
I'm going to give it 5 eggs. Because I want to have room to grow in either direction for the rest of this franchise, to be honest. I mean, like I said, it was not abhorrent in any way, which is like more than I can say than of many sequels that we've seen. And even though I didn't like the overstuffed patter of the songs, the melodies themselves are catchy.
They're catchy. There's a reason we were singing eggs this entire episode.
Right. And then the your family thing, that it's very catchy. And like I said, it instantly, like, my brain came alive and was like, oh God, I know this one, like, which is maybe says more about me than the songs. But yeah, and they're still cute. The Chomper's real cute, and everybody's fine, and it was fine.
Tyler,
I think. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do the exact same thing. I think that was a very wise play. That we had so much love and nostalgia for the first movie. It's kind of incredible how much of it wears off for the second movie, but it was also 6 years in between, and like the difference between watching it when we were, pre-kindergarten and when we were all already in elementary school is astounding. Like I this one feels more crass. This one feels like more like a money grab, but it also just feels like the first one spoke to you on such a true emotional level that exists beyond ages, like how old you are. Like we had the same experience rewatching that movie. This movie is a explicit ploy to go to a wider, younger audience. And so there's a reason why I remember it, but it doesn't have any effect. That being said, I think that goal is noble to try to be like, hey, like we want to make a bunch of these direct-to-video movies. Let's make it for the youngest, widest audience possible. And they didn't completely fuck up the characters like most second entries do. So yeah, it's a 5.
I'm gonna go and be like, Ozzy said we should eat eggs thrice a day, so I'm just gonna give it 3 eggs.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I feel I'm gonna be hopeful, despite that crazy list you were talking about where it said this was number 5. I'm always curious about those lists. Like, do these people really watch the entire movie? Like, did that person really watch 14 movies and then write that article? I don't know. I'm not sure. We're going to be living in this for months here. So I'm hopeful that there will be better ones after this. I feel like it's a decent step. It's like an okay step into the DTV sequel here, but I feel like they can do better. The songs are not great. And I feel like there's got to be some better songs coming up in the future. And I think it's just like a really bland version of the original that kind of, it basically repeats all the same beats. Finding a new dinosaur, blah, blah, blah. No, except no one dies. There's no emotion. I hated that there was no heart. There was no heart to this movie. No heart. nothing in this movie that, I guess if you're like a really this is obviously for little kids, so like I'm gonna say there's nothing in this movie that would bring me back to watch it again. But I'm a fucking grown ass adult. Some kid might watch this and be like, I love Chomper. Oh my god, he's so cute. I want to watch it again. Chomper's the best. Which I think is probably smart on their part. Maybe adding all that emotion and everything would have overcomplicated it for kids and made it not interesting. But all I can do is give the number from my perspective as an adult, and I'm just like, nah, not this one. There's got to be better.
You want a 3-egg omelet?
Yeah, 3-egg omelet every day.
Can we make this promise to our listeners right now, in that of all the songs from these films that are available on Spotify, we will update an active ranking of the songs of what we think from best to worst?
Yeah, we can.
We'll definitely do that by the end. Like, we'll definitely do our top 5 or whatever.
Absolutely, we have to do that.
Yeah, I tried to stay away from spoilers because I had to click into the soundtrack songs, but I did see some interesting people listed, so I won't say anything. But yeah, I hope that there's some better songs. There's got to be better songs than this coming up.
We're now exiting James Horner's orbit, by the way. I think this is like we're going to hear less and less of the score.
Yeah,
that's the guy who did the score for this one is, I forgot to write his name down.
It's Michael Taverna, yeah.
Yeah, he's done a bunch of stuff like
he did Star Wars Resistance and stuff,
yeah.
So he's legit. But it does have, listening to it, I'm like, I only remember the James Horner stuff that comes back. I don't remember any of his actual score.
No.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. I don't know if the roaches are coming back or not. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
We will.
Who knows? Only time will tell. But yeah, I think that's going to bring us to the end of Land Before Time 2, The Great Valley Adventure. I'm trying to bring up the next movie here. Hold on. I wasn't ready for this.
Should I do an ad read?
Yeah, do it.
Okay. So we have an unofficial ad because it's an ad for me. But Tyler and I are both part of a team with friend of the show, Allison C., called the 100 Club. And we are currently in the process of raising $100,100 for the Leukemia Lymphoma Society, which does a ton of great work for cancer research, eliminating blood cancer, providing services to communities and
tons
patients.
of community support. It's an amazing organization.
Right. And so one of the things that you guys might be interested that we're doing to help raise money is that I have written 2 virtual escape rooms that you can play and that anybody can play. And, they take about 2 hours. You can get a team of 2 to 6 people. And if you listen to this podcast, you already know how I like to go deep and do trivia and all sorts of puzzles and things. And so it's, a look into my twisted mind, but they are they're inspired by Disneyland and the MCU. However, this is a parody and is in no way representative of the Walt Disney Company or Marvel Studios or anybody else or any other entity ever. So if you're interested,
the twisted mind of.
Yeah. If you're interested in checking them out, you can just go to my fundraising page, which is bit.ly. So bit.ly/Eliz hates cancer, all lowercase. And from there, it has links to the MCU escape and the Disney Kingdom Keys escape. So again, that is bit.ly/Eliz hates cancer, all lowercase.
Yeah, they look super fun, and I'm looking forward to trying to take my parents through those escape rooms.
Absolutely.
In the coming weeks here. It's gonna be hilarious to watch them struggle with the MCU stuff, particularly. That's gonna be fun. Yeah, you guys should check it out. It'd be super helpful for the fundraiser.
Definitely.
Yeah. And so we're at the end here, and that means that we're not totally at the end. We're going to continue on because you know what?
I like this place. Yes, I like this place a lot.
We like this place. Yeah, so the next movie in the series, we're just barely getting started here. The Land Before Time 3, The Time of Great Giving. Sorry, The Time of the Great Giving.
Ooh, could this be our Christmas entry?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh boy.
It's
that would be soon, but not. Oh God, I hope not.
I
Could
bet
be
it's
some
more
other
of
kind
a
of giving. I don't know. It could be a Thanksgiving.
It's probably more of a Thanksgiving.
Sure.
As much as I'd like to see Dinosaur Jesus, I don't know.
Thanksgiving. It could just be about being charitable in general.
Yeah.
Charity. Yeah.
Justin, I need a song parody of Dinosaur Jesus.
Dinosaur Jesus.
Your own Dinosaur Jesus?
Yeah, your own personal Dinosaur Jesus.
It would be like, he rolled the rock when he wasn't be found. He rolled the rock when he couldn't be found. Yeah. I was like, it's got to be some sort of like, let's cram in as many words as we can.
Yeah.
He rolled the rock away and couldn't be found. Sorry. And I came up with that just on the spot, okay? That was a good one. The movie comes out only a year later, so don't expect many changes in what we've seen since this movie. But yeah,
your
I'm
favorite
curious.
long-armed raptors will return.
I wonder what sort of biological imperatives we'll be exploring this time. They'll be like, this dinosaur has the biological imperative to just take everything. We need to teach him to give. We need to teach him to give. We need to teach him to give, you guys.
Oh my God. We need to go to bed.
Yeah. That's probably what's going to happen.
Reach out to us on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at Sequel Rights, and email us your thoughts on all the lands before time at sequelrights@gmail.com.
Like sands through the hourglass, so are the lands before time.
When you said reach out, I was like, there has to be your own personal Jesus joke here, but I can't quite get there. Please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. 5 stars goes a long way. Let us know what food group you'd love to hear dinosaurs sing about next. Maybe it's gelatin. Maybe it's ham.
I think there's going to be one that's like, tofu for you, tofu for me. We're a tofu family. Yeah, I don't know.
You've done it. You've made it so.
I think that's
that was just the Duff Beer song. Oh wait, go watch The Simpsons. Oh my God, he just made that
up. Oh God. Yep.
All right. Well, we should probably stop this now.
That's it. We've lost our minds. We're only in movie 2, you guys. Well, what's it going to be like? But we'll see you guys next week for The Land Before Time 3, The Time of the Great Giving.
Yeah, you got to come back because don't forget, we're a family and you're one of us now.
One of us.
One of us. Goro.
As an egg, you were a beauty, but now you're a real cutie, and we brought you to our valley somehow. Though you look like you, we think you like us too, 'cause we're a family and you're one of us now. We're a family and you're one of us now. We're a family and you're one of us now. Though you look like you, we think you like us too, 'cause we're a family and you're one of us now.
Me no see why we can't be the best friends by and by. You teach me to be scary, and I teach you to fly. I teach you to fly.
Huh? What about the water? It is fun to get wet. I could take the baby for a swim, swim, swim. Take it easy, take it slow. You're excited, don't forget he's just a baby. You don't want to frighten him. Baby, you don't want to frighten him. 'Cause we're a family and you're one of us now. We're a family and you're one of us now. Though you look like you, we think you like us too, 'cause we're a family and you're one of us now. You can hang around with me, even though you're not a three-horn. See me be real strong. Little Chomper, aren't you happy you were born? In our gang, come along. Come along. 'Cause we're a family and you're one of us now. We're a family and you're one of us now. Though you look you, we think you like us too, 'cause we're a family and you're one of us now.